So last week I went into a little bit something cool that I found on the internet. It's been kind of popular these days, and they're called fidget spinners. If you don't know what they are, I have a video on them. It was the last video uploaded, so if you want to go to my channel, check that out. Make sure to leave a like on this video too, because today I'll be doing what I told you I'll be doing last time, which is making them out of hardened paper, since that's what my channel is based around. Yeah, these are really cool, but when I first saw them, I'm like, wait, this could definitely be made out of paper. And I know a lot of people watching this don't have the materials or the money to buy these, so I tried to make it as easy as possible. And the one thing that I can't avoid to make free are the bearings, but if you have a skateboard at home, you should be good because bearings are inside those. But for me, for like $7 on Amazon, I got this big pack of steel bearings, and that'll be good enough for me. I do suggest you invest a little bit more in on bearings, because the better the bearing is, the better your spin will be. So I have a pretty good quality spinner right here. And what we'll be doing today is making them out of paper. So what I did start with were these two sheets of hardened paper. Each of them is 2 hardened sheets thick. If you don't know how to make hardened sheets, they are on my channel. Make sure to check that video out before you come here. It's a very simple process. It's hardening paper with glue. So the first step I took was to try to get a little bit of a sketch going, see what kind of design I wanted. So you can see that I tried to use the old spinners that I had to try to think of a design, but I ended up thinking of a very simple design since this is my first spinner. So after sketching up for a long time, I realized that since this is my first spinner, I thought I'd go with something simple. So what we see here is just a simple a double spinner. I was gonna go originally with just this rough sketch of what I was gonna do, like a shuriken type thing, but I realized this would be the best thing, and I do not have a duo spinner yet, so might as well give it a try. Basically, if you saw during the time lapse, I used a bearing to see the size of each hole, so that this will be my template when I put it onto the hardened paper. So that's what it looks like. You guys can either print out or sketch it out using the bearings that you have. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my template onto these, either one of these papers, and I'm going to decide, I have to basically make it enough copies of this template so that it's as thick as the bearing. So I'm going to go transfer this, and I'll start cutting out my stuff. Before I get right into cutting out the layers that I need, let me go into the materials, because I didn't really go over that in the beginning. So I do have my sheet of hardened paper. It's 2 sheets thick, and if you don't know how to make hardened paper, the video's on my channel, like I said before. And to make that, all you need is Elmer's glue and cardstock, 110-pound cardstock. That's what I use for this. And then next thing I'll be using is this is Gorilla Glue, so that's very useful for fast drying. And like I said before, we have these steel bearings that I'll be using for the actual spinners and the weights on the outside. And then the last thing that we'll be using is to cut out everything I have a box cutter, or you can use an X-Acto knife, but I always use a box cutter because it tends to last longer and it's easier to hold for me. So I'm gonna go right into this build. Enjoy. Ignore the noise in the background, but I basically cut it out after a while. It took me a very long time because this was really old paper and it was completely dried, so the circles on the outside just took so long to cut out. To avoid this, I would just, after you make the actual make the paper, let it dry for like a day, and then you can cut into it and it'll be a lot softer, and then you can let it dry and then it'll be fine and it'll be easy to cut out. So basically this was the first layer, as I showed you in the beginning. These bearings will go on the outsides as weights. So these 2 red ones will be on the outside as weights. And then this black one will go in the center. And it's a bit loose, that's why it's like falling out. I can't spin it right now because it keeps falling out, but once I glue it in, it will spin fine. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to cut 2 more of these layers out so that it can see the thickness, how it's a little bit thicker than this exactly. I'm going to cut a few more and stack them up so that I can make a really good spinner. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut those out, and then we'll move on. After a while, I finally got them all cut out. So basically, this is gonna be the middle layer. This is gonna go on top, and this is gonna go here. I'm gonna glue them together using this the Gorilla Glue that I had because it will dry fast. And then once that's fit together, I don't expect these bearings to just drop right in. I'm gonna have to sand it inside a bit, but I'm gonna go ahead and do that, and I'll be right back. So after gluing everything together, I was actually able to fit everything in, and sanded the insides, super glued the bearings in, and it spins wonderfully. And it's like about a 30-second time on it. It's really good for me. My best one spins for about 1 minute and 30 seconds, but this is really impressive, seeing that it's made out of paper. I did add some caps onto it because that just makes it easier and more comfortable. I might even make caps out of paper. That might be for a later video because I do plan to make more of these. But other than that, I'm really pleased with the outcome. I hope I helped a few people out who wanted to use these. And that's it for this video. And next week I'll be going back for CSGO, since I haven't made the Bowie knife. So make sure you subscribe for that, and like it if you want to see the Bowie knife. So like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time.